everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised.
We have a special shout out to the Most Dangerous Podcast.
The Most Dangerous Podcast, where hosts delve into the most intriguing tales from both the past and the present, where reality flirts with the edges of the unknown.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of Killing 15 Minutes. We have a special guest here, our friend Megan.
Hi.
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 And that is Megan of Mundane Joys on Instagram, right?
And Facebook.
And
Facebook.
And Facebook?
Yes.
Not getting into the tiki-takis?
No.
Although I really do wish that you still had your ASMR.
My ASMR channel. YouTube had mean people on their comments. There's some weird people on YouTube.
There are, and I've been on YouTube for over a decade. I've been and have had a lot of those weird... Okay, anyways. So, hi, you're our interviewer, not the interviewee. So how's your day going?
Pretty good. It's a Saturday as we're recording this, so you guys?
Well, I got 3 boys downstairs, all various levels of insanity, but that's usual.
As usual. And I just got done driving everybody back to work and back home from work.
Cool, so questions! You have questions! Let's guide this discussion.
I do. Okay, so I know we said about like how you guys got started. You kind of already answered that. I don't know if you want to again or what do you want to do?
Well, we got started because AJ wanted to do a podcast, wanted me to do a podcast, and then I decided that his ass was going to join me, and now this is where Killing 15 Minutes came in.
That is actually completely, grossly incorrect, and I will not take revisionism when speaking about facts, okay? What happened was, as you, Megan, specifically, not our listeners, would know, I've been doing the Comic Archivist for a very long time. I've done a lot of other shows, like Retrostatic Radio, Red Light Renegades. There was a couple others in there that I'm totally forgetting. When this was like 7-8 years ago, the Comic Archivist was supposed to spin off into various different things, like the Music Archivist, which was going to be me and Zach listening to music and doing that. And, you know, the TV Archivist. There was going to be a lot of archivist stuff, including the Dark Archivist. The Dark Archivist was going to be things like debunking, you know, and all the mystery kind of stuff like that. Well, Sam's going stir crazy upstairs. I'm currently working on Retrostatic Radio Season 2, which was a phenomenal, far superior than our first season.
It was.
The Alice in Wonderland is still one of my favorite episodes. Although Nightfall, I've listened to Nightfall a little bit more, and I don't know why. Like, out of all of them, that's the one I gravitate towards re-listening to.
That's one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
It's shockingly, like...
And then with the eclipse leading up to it, all I could think of was Nightfall.
Oh man, we should have totally
everybody
posted
was
that up.
freaking out about it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Oh, wow. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
I didn't think about it until we were driving home, and the boys were playing on the phones in the back seat, and we're driving home from Forestport, and I'm like, Nightfall. That's what we've been experiencing. Nightfall.
So anyway, she's upstairs going stir crazy because at the time she was no longer working at the farm.
No, it was
I think it might have been winter.
No, not quite winter because I was still doing jams at the farm.
Oh, okay. And then I'm just like, you know, she's listened to every true crimes podcast ever. I just lost the job on being the producer on a semi-big name one that I will not name here. And I'm like, Sam, just fucking write up. If you want to talk about it, write something up. You got this. I will help you however you want or anything like that. Then Sam's like, okay, read this. After writing up the very first one on Edmund... Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Stuart Little. No,
it was my very first one was
Richard Cullens.
No, it wasn't Peter Sutcliffe. It was Peter Sutcliffe was our first aired episode.
But it was like our third.
He was our third one that we recorded. So it was the Vampire of Dusseldorf.
Was it the Dusseldorf guy first?
Dusseldorf was first.
Okay, so she wrote that up, and then I read it, and then I was making very similar comments to what you hear in our first aired episodes, where it's making a jokey comment about Sam's poor grammar and terrible writing. However, as she's gotten better, obviously I've cut back on that to become just more a big ball of spastic sunshine, I believe is what I bring to the table.
You bring something.
That and a terrible Robert Stackhouse voice. Robert Stack, not Stackhouse.
Robert Stack.
Stackhouse,
Suki
Stackhouse from Gilmore Girls, thank you.
No, that was Suki St. James.
Oh, you're right.
True Blood. I'm like, that's True Blood.
Suki Stackhouse, True Blood, thank you, yes, thank you.
That one right there.
Thank you. So, Sam writes it, and I read it, and I'm like, you know what, Sam? I think it'll be good when you do. However, then Sam goes, no, do it. Or actually, it was Shell who's turned around and decided that it should be, I read it, you write it, because you were also very nervous about talking.
Yes, this is true.
It's something that you can also notice in the upcoming Mything 15 Minutes pilot episode. That's going to be on the Patreon before it becomes its own channel. So that's the history, as well as some digressions.
Cool. So, I guess leading from that, what makes you interested in true crime? And do you have any true crimes that you're, like, is there a specific case that, catches your interest the most?
I'll let our researcher handle this one. Okay, well, while she's thinking about it, because she's got the glazed over look of, oh God, there's a question, I'll hop in.
All right.
And this is also...
Hey, you wanted to do a Q&A.
I did. And I was looking at the questions earlier, too.
Wait, you got these questions in advance?
Yes.
This is a softball interview. This is...
Yeah, I sent them to her.
I offered you them. You told me no. We wanted straight off the cuff answers.
Okay, so, well...
It was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, do you know how many reels I've sent you since then?
It's okay. They make my day.
I figured they would. They make my day when I watch them, and I'm like, ooh, Megan will like that.
Okay, while you're thinking of your answer, mine's pretty simple. Unsolved Mysteries. I know we've brought it up before on the show a lot. Shows like Unsolved Mysteries and FBI Files were the bread and butter of what we watched growing up. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's always there, kind of a thing.
Yeah, it was on Lifetime a lot.
Lifetime, FBI Files was on Discovery, I think.
Or A&E.
Or A&E, or something like that. But long story short, a lot of procedural shows and real true crime documentaries. I've always loved the cryptid and conspiracy side of true crime more than, and her body was never found again, or stuff like that. So, for me, that's why I don't know most of these true crimes going in, because I prefer cryptids, I prefer Bigfoot, I prefer the Hook Man, I prefer the Bunny Man Bridge, I prefer... Bunny Man...
Nope. You're gonna have to...
It's in Pennsylvania.
Way to go, Megan.
She knows about Bunny Man Bridge and you don't?
See? I don't know.
Megan does my research for me.
It's also going to be an episode of Mything, by the way. But, so for me, and I'll answer the what types of cases again. It's I love the unsolved mysteries we do, mostly because
They get your brain firing, doesn't it?
it just gets me into away from how we usually set up our things, which is not a diss against you, but it's here's the killer, here's their victims, done.
Yes.
You know, whereas with unsolved, it's here's the victims, here's some suspect stuff, done. You know, like James Manfield there. No, James Van. No, like the people that were with the axe and the thing. The family that was butchered.
Oh, Velasca?
Yeah. Manfield was one of the people who possibly could have killed him.
I think you're right. I don't know. I haven't listened to that episode in a while.
So anyways, that's mine. Sam, you talk. I'm talking.
So mine is, I got into it because of, unsolved mysteries with all those true crimes and, this was never solved, or, hey, we have an update. And I started doing, getting into watching about different crimes and how they come up with this and how they came up with that. And it turned into something that became more of I won't say obsession, but now it's an obsession because I'm doing the show.
You've been listening to true crime podcasts religiously
3 years.
Yeah. So yes, it's been an obsession.
Only because I went to listen to, but I also listen to history podcasts. Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Cool. Well, kind of going from that, how do you do your research for the show? And one of Carla's questions was, have you ever stopped researching an episode because it was too creepy? And she also asked, like, how much time do you spend? So anything about your research.
It
Yes.
takes me, depending on the episode, depending on what I'm writing about, it could take me 20 minutes to write or 3 weeks.
Wow.
It really depends on the crime, what is going on, and I research using Wikipedia, Murderpedia, and Google.
Hey, how long has Herbie's Overkilling taken you?
Herbie's Overkilling has taken me, I started him about the time I started Aaron Hernandez, and I'm much closer to finishing Herbie than I am Aaron Hernandez.
By the way, the 20-minute, it took 20 minutes to write. That is when you'll notice I babble so much more because it's actually a page and a half.
No, some of them I get up to 2 pages.
Yes, which is like 3 minutes of a podcast with me reading. So I have to then...
But we need to get a couple of shorter podcasts because we're up to an average of 17 minutes on that one. And I'd like to get back down to under 15.
Wait, so what you're telling me is our 15 minutes or less is not based on episode length. It is based on the average that we have. It's our batting average?
It's our batting average.
Life is a lie.
Did that answer everything? Have I actually stopped doing it? Yeah. A couple, when I was doing Andre Chikatilo. During season 1, I had to stop working on him for a little bit.
It's actually why we only did a two-parter on that instead of doing a lot of what you see in
Overkilling.
Overkilling, yeah.
Yeah, I had to work my way up to working on him, and then when I started researching him a second time, I realized how sick he really was.
And actually, going from that, are there any true crimes that you guys won't cover, and why?
Inficide.
There are a lot of, and then they just decided to kill the kid, which I don't like doing.
I try to avoid kids being killed. So, inficide, patricide, things like that.
Although I admit that the Gilda Rays, the Joan of Arc, the one from...
Yeah.
I really, a friend of mine pointed out that I felt I was very callous during that because he was sacrificing children to try and summon the devil. But that's because I focused on him trying to summon the devil repeatedly and failed.
The ridiculousness of it, basically. Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with the Oregon Shoe Gremlin, who I love the fact that we named him. Where I went into my rant about the reason that I can do this on such a consistent level. I know, Sam,
I weed.
you have your weed, but is because I try and cling to the absurdity of it. More so than the, and such a life was taken. Which always makes me feel horrible. But then the dude sacrificed like 50 kids each time trying to summon the devil. How many children do you sacrifice before you go, maybe he's not that into you, bro? He's not accepting your calls right now. Sorry. We also don't want to do more recent stuff for a similar callous reason. Like, I think we don't really cover anything post 2000.
I try not to, but we do a few that creep into the 2000s because they have such a long string of crimes.
Yeah, like if we ever covered BTK, he was caught in the 2000,
Yeah,
I think I was just out of high school, like 2000.
something like that. I think 2010 or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
But no, the next newest one we'll be doing is going to be Aaron Hernandez, and he's in 2014.
You want to do that for Casey Ray, though?
No, I wanted to do it because it sounded like an interesting thing, and then I started getting into it, and I think that he was a mentally ill person that needed help.
Well, yeah, he was a football player.
This is
Please note that was not a comment about you have to be mentally ill to play football. That was a CTE and concussion, related mental trauma can happen. It's a very similar thing with wrestlers.
I want O.J. Simpson's brain. I want his brain studied. I want to know if he had CTE.
He had CTE. Well, actually, he might not have. I think he was just someone who had a lot of money and. No, I promised we would never talk about him unless I was joking.
You're right.
OJ's expiration date is 76 years. Okay, that's all.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, have you noticed any patterns with certain true crime cases?
Okay, you got this?
Is that a hand?
Oh, me, pick me.
The pick me? There's the pick me.
I've noticed, strictly because I'm a host, so I'm reading it, so I don't get to see a lot of the in-depth stuff, like Sam leaves off crucial things that I find out later on after we're done recording, and she goes, hey, by the way, did you know?
I can't keep track of them. You know me. I'm like, I can't keep track of them.
Hey, I was shocked when we did the What Does AJ Remember? And I actually remembered a lot of them. I
had to look up a lot of them to just make sure I knew what I was talking about.
So anyways, for me, the pattern does seem to come down to, again, not necessarily incompetence, but it's always, there's just one hair's breadth away from the cops actually doing, that, and usually it's a little early on in their careers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like...
Herbert Mellons was arrested for drug possession before he started killing. If he had actually been in jail for that possession, he would never have killed, at least during that time period.
Oh, what was the one dude who was arrested like 3 different times? Or 2 or 3 times?
Peter Sutcliffe was arrested 2 or 3 times, but interviewed 9 times.
But that's sort of it. Is like, if he's the guy, follow the guy. If you have to interview someone that many times because they keep showing up on your suspect pool, whether he did it or not, someone should be looking at him.
He's not wrong.
Sorry, any patterns you recognize, Sam? I'm sorry.
Well, hindsight is 20/20.
Sometimes.
Well, most of the time. One of the things I've noticed is that you're more likely to be unmedicated and doing psychedelics to do some of your murders. And that's something I've noticed with the last, batch that I was researching.
That they should have been medicated?
That they should have been on some type of mental health medication.
But they're using psychedelics. Kind of like Manson with the MK Ultra stuff. Mm-hmm.
That was LSD. Okay, MK Ultra used LSD. Now we're entering in my wheelhouse. Don't make me come over there, man. But no, that's actually a very good thing too. Is a lot of self-medicating, be it alcohol, be it psychedelics, be it.
It's interesting.
It is because, for instance, Jeffrey Dahmer. He didn't like alcohol, but for every one of his killings, he was definitely an alcoholic, but he needed to be, to coin a phrase, fucked up, to be able to do what he did.
Yep.
He was also a really big Star Wars fan.
Yes, we know.
I know, but I like bringing it up, okay?
I know.
The dude... See, there's another thing. If Return...
That Star Wars does something?
If you look at Twitter right now, yes. Yes, it does. And it's not a positive thing.
That's a TikTok thing. That's a TikTok reel. Star Wars makes serial killers.
He was making his altar to be the throne room of the Emperor, Sheev Palpatine, man. He wore yellow contacts to be a Sith Emperor. Without Star Wars, he wouldn't have done any of that. Imagine the bodies. He wouldn't have had to kill...
Disney's knocking on your door right now.
I need you to cease and desist. Ha!
I'm the mascot for an evil corporation.
Okay, so... Does that answer any... I notice a pattern with me also. O.J. Simpson, Dahmer, and Star Wars.
Yes, you also like bringing up Richard Chase running around in cow's blood.
Hey, how do you not arrest him for an overnight at least?
And the shoe gremlin gets brought up.
I'm just saying. If you need a paperweight. Anywho, what's your next question?
Did we answer that question adequately?
I think so. I think we can end there at that question. That's fine. Next. How do you really feel right now? Don't answer that.
And I'm the one who's been smoking, and he's paranoid.
Let's see. What else? To kind of get away from true crime stuff, just in general, what have you learned from podcasting over the past year?
It's harder than it looks, but easier than people could. Easier once you get the hang of it. I've noticed that you can get some great friends and meet some great people while doing this. It's basically it. I learned how to edit.
It's a good thing. It's a good skill.
It's a good skill to have, yeah. What'd you learn?
Actually, I did learn something. Okay. I've been podcasting for a lot longer than the last year.
This is true.
But here's actually something I did learn because I'm not on the back end of this. This is actually the first time I'm not the person who has to edit, the person who has to, piece it together, market it, do the scripts. I literally just come on as essentially an actor.
Yes, and I would like you to work better on your Twittering skills.
My tweeting is amazing.
Don't get me started on that.
I don't like being on Twitter. I'm working on trying to understand threads better. Because essentially it's just the Instagram comment section, because everyone's posting, and honestly, it does look like Threads is just an extension of their comment section. So it's like I'm trying to figure out that end of things.
Okay.
And Blue Sky, I have one. I don't have one for any of the other stuffs, but I'm using it because Blue Sky, up until recently, was invite only.
Okay.
So, and I don't do the tiki-takas.
Tiki-takis. Ooh, the tiki-takis.
I don't do that, man.
I do the tiki-takis.
But yes, I will be better on the Twitters. But honestly, for me,
You don't have to be. Stay off of there. Stay away.
no, I actually just use Twitter as, oh, hey, new video pops up. I share a link, throw up some hashtags, then I ignore it. I'll be honest, we could explode on Twitter and I would never know. Actually, I probably would eventually when I go back to post the next one a week later and like, what the hell happened? But I've actually found, and I say this with love, I do, okay? That for me, when it's a production that I'm on, I find it hard to not try and take over. I try not to strong arm and everything like that.
Right.
And having you do pretty much a lot of everything, I see a lot of it as a fault. Not what you do, but my mentality towards it. So I feel a lot more liberated, and I trust you to do it, and that's very nice. It's something I learned, that I can relinquish control.
He's twitching a little bit.
No, I'm not.
I feel like I'm watching a therapy session between brother and sister right now. And how do you feel?
I just wish you didn't hit me so much.
I should beat you more, thank you.
Well, I think you guys do very well on your social media as well, and that, so very consistent with your show.
That's all, Sam.
Consistent with your show.
I try to post something at least once a day. Whether it's a meme or me going, hey, what words start with PRO? Because, yeah, I'm a genius here.
Is that gonna be cut out?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Mental health is very important.
Yeah, mental health in this family is very important.
It's actually another pattern that we see a lot of, is in especially the Killing 15, is that, and it's something that, and I don't know if Sam's going to keep this in or not, it's something that actually worries me when, when you bounce, it bounces the mic.
You're right. I'm sorry, I forget.
Hey, this isn't live.
I know.
Okay, and just because you can see Megan does not mean that it's going to have a video, too. Okay?
Well, it's just me. I know it's
just me.
I know. I got it.
But anyways, it's another pattern that we see with a lot of the, serial killers is at a young age they show signs of mental illness to some extent, and that is probably the one thing that actually does freak me out a lot more than I think it should with my middle child, is being able to see correlation between serial killer acts and his. I know.
All three of them have the same.
No, they do not. Okay? Ezra has a narcissistic streak that's going to make him a Dave Koresh cult leader. Xander is going to be a spree killer. Vinny is going to be the one who goes, I don't know what happened to them.
I can see Vinny going, I don't know why, but yeah, I'll take the 2 years for helping them hide the bodies. Why'd you help them hide the bodies? They're my brothers.
It's only 2 years. What the? I think it's what we decided on in the Postman killings. 2 years? Really? That episode's, that was like 30 episodes ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like last year.
Season 1?
Yeah, that was.
I think. No, I think that was last year, summertime maybe. Yes, it was like summer because I think I had my windows open listening. Sometimes I remember your episodes when I'm like either exercising or I'm doing this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was doing that when I was listening.
Yeah, it makes you remember certain things. I got you.
But anyways, what was your next question?
That was basically it for the questions that I had was, just anything else. I don't know. I don't have anything else planned.
Well, then I'm going to play an Uno reverse card here. What has been your favorite, Miss Megan,
Favorite
episode that we've done?
episode? Probably. Oh, go ahead.
Because I know that you aren't a fan of true crime.
No, I'm not. Nope. I'm not someone who like, there are the people who obsess over it. And I'm not saying, Sam, that you obsess, but there are people who like, are just like, okay, okay. But I mean, I don't mind it. I think they can be interesting cases, but I'm definitely not someone who can just sit there and like listen constantly because technically, personally, I know 3 people who have been affected by true crime. So it's not really something, I don't know. Sometimes I think true crime can be a little bit exploitive where people tend to forget that victims are real people, these killers are real people, they have family and friends. A lot of people are affected. And I think it's easier when you just see this person on a TV screen or you hear them through a podcast or read about them. It's like, oh, they're like a character, but they're not. They're real people. So I think that's just kind of my thing with true crime. But one of your episodes that I did enjoy was probably it was the was it the Ed? No, I can't stand him. Oh, Baumeister.
Herb Baumeister, yeah.
Herb Baumeister, the guy Baumeister. Yeah, that one I liked of your episodes. Just cause like it.
Was he the guy who, the gay guy who had the farm?
Yes, the not I-70 Strangler.
Speaking of, that should be our next episode up, isn't it?
That was this Wednesday's episode.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I did not like that one.
You didn't like the I-70 Strangler?
No, I was disappointed because it went all over the place.
Dude, they went all over the place with me. I went and looked up 6 different websites for that. I'm like, what the
I think there was no tangents. There was a little too much tangent going on, so I was just like, okay, I don't understand what's going on.
You and me both.
No problem.
But anyways, but I liked his, and I also liked the one guy who, did he work for like a school and then he like rode a bicycle? Was it Germany? It was like a month or 2 ago.
Yes, it was the
Ernst
Wagner.
Yes, I liked that one. That was like an adventurous episode.
That was actually, I loved your writing on that specifically, Sam, because it was me just reading a story.
I like that.
Well, that one, they laid it out, and I was like, hey, I can rewrite this, and now I'm rewriting everything, and I'm writing right along, and I'm not even looking over at the paper anymore, because I'm remembering all the information. Yeah, that one was good.
I think it's one of my favorites.
But yeah, those were I think those were my like few favorite ones that you guys did.
Yeah, I wrote that one after Ron died.
Oh, was that one the one after Ron? Ah.
So yeah.
What about you, Sam? What's your favorite episode that we've done?
Honestly, my favorite one.
You say it's a thuggy one, I'm gonna punch you.
Yes, that's the one. Totally.
Yeah. I'm gonna create a drinking game for the amount of times AJ mentions Thuggy, the shoe gremlin. What else do we say?
We do need a bingo card, don't we?
Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm surprised we don't bring up Gacy more often.
I don't like Gacy. See, here's going to be the thing that I hope you cut out, but I doubt it. I understand the mentality, or I understand the psychosis of Jeffrey Dahmer
Yeah.
very well. I understand Ted Bundy. I was never that pretty, but I understand it. Gacy always came off, and this is going to be where it sounds weird. He was always slimy. Okay, like,
I agree.
out of all three of them, I think, Ted Bundy, terrible person in the serial killing case,
Yeah.
I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying, out of all three of the big names, Dahmer, Bundy, or Gacy always came off like a creep to me. And again, I understand that Dahmer and Bundy are also creeps. I get that, but it's like...
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
We get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
Like, I'm trying not to defend the other ones. It's just like, Gacy was just, eh.
All right. Yeah.
Which, according to a friend of mine, is because I have deep-laden homophobic views. And I'm like, but I liked Dahmer. And that dude should have been arrested 5 fucking times with how many times the cops knocked on his door, but they ignored it because he was... But yes, Gacy... I don't know if it was because Gacy ran for, was in a political sphere at one point in his life.
Maybe.
Or the fact that he targeted, Because I think what was, for me, it was Gacy also... One of his victims was one of the people renting out an apartment in his, or a room in his house or something like that. And he would be just an outright creep towards this dude, And I don't know, it's just, he's slimy to me. That's why I never bring up Gacy.
Okay, that makes sense.
Actually, going off of the main dudes, people, do you guys want to go more into detail of your Patreon? Just because when you mention it in your episodes, it's kind of like a housekeeping thing, kind of quick. Do you want to go into detail? Like, would you ever cover one of those guys, but Patreon type?
Would you like me to say it?
Yes, please.
We have them as our milestones on our Patreon. It starts off first when we get to 100 patrons. It's going to be a celebration of pretty much an overkilling, possibly a live stream, depending on how we can set it up. As you've noticed us trying to set this up.
It's a good thing you guys know me.
No cuts. We're doing it live. But honestly, but that was always kind of, at least what Sam told me, was that how we're going to do it is we don't want to cover OJ or Gacy or Dahmer or even Manson, because you can't cover them in 15 minutes. Technically, you can't really cover, like, Andre Chikatilo or the people we're now doing overkillings on.
I gotta say, I did turn, Peter Sutcliffe into 6 minutes.
When I've never seen anyone do it under a half hour.
I know.
I've literally...
But you know what? You understood the case.
I did. No, it's very true. If you just turn around and go, he lived, he was sick, he killed people, that was also sick, and then he died. It's a really good way to summarize things.
But our Patreons are $1, where you're just a fan and you get randomly bonus episodes that are under that tier. $5 and you get bonus episodes. $15 and you get a shout out during an episode, and you get to pick your own serial killer. And $50 and that helps you get the weed.
We pride ourselves on the fact that our script writer is stoned most of the time.
And when we have sober Sammy doesn't write so well.
So when we get 14 Schmitz in one...
Dude, I don't remember writing that. There's no way I was stoned for it.
This is what I have to work with.
Hey, Frankie Mama, you want to come say hi to Megan?
I get to meet the famous Frankie?
Frankie Mama. Oh, yeah, now you're just going to lay there.
That's a question. Does Frankie like the show?
Frankie gets to hear the show 3 to 6 times. She's usually in here when we're recording. She's usually in here when I'm editing, which is usually 1 to 3 times. Then the final edit, which is when I put everything together with the opening and the enders and everything like that. And then on drop day.
Nice. Well, we hear Frankie sometimes. I'm sorry, what was that?
So she gets to hear it a lot.
She's... Well, we get to hear her sometimes with her panting. You know, she's probably into the episode.
Yeah, especially during the summer when we record. I'm hoping that this year we don't have to record with the AC off. It was so hot. But it was the only day we could record.
Actually, that's another thing, too. How do you guys record the episodes? Do you do batches?
We do batch recording. Well, one at a time, but... Well, we tried one at a time, but it just didn't work for us. Because I felt under pressure about getting it out, so with, a few days of warning. So we started doing batch records, and then
How long do those usually take?
we have done, I think our longest record was 4 hours, and we did 10 episodes.
4 or 5, because it was when we were doing the first overkilling, I want to say.
Oh, the first overkilling we did almost...
we did that in a full batch record.
Yeah, we did that. So that was plus the killing 15 minutes. No, it was about 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Which depends on if we have kids, how we're doing, if AJ's going to lose his mind if he has one more serial killer talk to him.
Could you phrase that less insane?
No.
I do not hear voices.
What?
Nothing. Don't like that you can edit all this however you want. I don't know. I will say that I have to complain about the fact that I have way too much Facebook notifications from true crimes, from Killing 15, that I get, like, I get comments and likes and everything on my stuff buried. And then I get yelled at, well, why didn't you even acknowledge me? I didn't know. Because I've got 14 messages from some dude from Dubai going, hello, hello, you have podcast? I promote it. Give me money. I give you infinite viewers.
I enjoy how the accent changes every time you do that, Ray.
That's because I don't know what the actual Abu Dhabi accent is, okay? So it always turns into a Pakistani dude in the back of a truck going, for you, my friend, nice price.
Or Boris.
No, Boris is totally different.
You've done him as Boris before,
I know. Too. Okay, because I don't have a single stereotype I use there. Because that would be racist, Sam.
I guess I'm racist now. Oops. Here, why don't you go get me some more coffee? Please. Add more coffee and then add more weed. And maybe I'll be able to finish Herbie today. We're getting to the end of the trial. Soon I'll have him finished.
Overkilling?
Yeah. Aaron Hernandez has... I don't know. I want to know if the dude who wrote Drunk and Unprepared ever listened a second time.
That was also a running gag I kept bringing up.
It's okay. Somebody got their first negative review about laughing at death is a weird flex.
For who said that?
Somebody on somebody else's podcast. It was a negative review on one of my friend's podcasts. And it was just one of the things that I'm like, our first one said we were drunk and unprepared and we ran with it.
I think it depends on the episode because you guys have been where you've stayed on track, get it out, do what you do, Even if there's like some side conversation, it's still kind of a smooth episode. I think you guys have been doing that a lot more often, but there have been the ones like the I-71. I was like, no, they're going back. Don't go backwards. But I mean, even like the train one, the Track Boys one, even though that was even
Yeah.
Oh, the train rapists?
no
The boys on the tracks.
Oh, the boys on the track.
the boys that were found on the train tracks. Yeah, the boys on the tracks. The track boys. I don't know. See?
No, we did have train rapists though. That's the funny part. A while ago, but we did have train rapists.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But the one with the boys, like, even though you didn't have much to go off of, that one still went smoothly. So,
Did it?
yeah, I think so.
I felt like I was completely over the edge on that because literally Sam's like, here's a page and a half, and we just want to go off what you know. And I'm like, I know a lot. I need this guided. Oh my god! Ah!
No, you guys did a good job on it.
Sam saved it in editing.
Saved it in editing.
Good. No.
But
everyone knows I don't do well live. I'm an edited person.
He is a person who needs a script and to stick to the script. And I'll say that.
That's why I need more than a page and a half of a script.
I'll just fill it in then for you, Sam. It can be nonsense, but as long as it's just something for him to go out. No.
no, I find it funny sometimes because when we do have longer ones, he can go into tangents.
Yeah, that too.
And some of the tangents are funny, so I leave them in. And some of the tangents are relevant, so I leave them in. And then we have a 17-minute long episode.
It's all about the batting average, apparently.
So we need a few more under 15.
Okay, I have boys about to come up here. I have several
Oh my
boys.
God, we're all being invaded. All right, Vinny, you want to sign off from Killing 15 Minutes?
No.
No?
No.
Say.
You want it to keep going?
Am I to go? No.
No, we
Okay,
won't
well,
hang up with Miss Megan. We're just going to end the show, okay?
So I need you to say,
Yeah.
thank you for listening to Killing 15 Minutes.
Wait, what? Thank you for listening to Killing 15 Minutes.
Do you want to try it?
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the wheel of randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.